We are here today with Anthony Jones, who plays James in the new series One Faith. So thank you so much, Anthony, for sitting down and chit-chatting a little bit.
For having me. I appreciate it.
You were born and raised in Cleveland Heights, but you currently live in Atlanta. You co-starred in the television series Dynasty and Chicago Med. You also made appearances in shows and movies such as BMF, Captain America, Atlanta, Superman, and The Resident. And you're training at the Actors District. You want to tell us a little bit, what is the Actors District?
So the Actors District is the school that I'm training at. They have two locations, one in Cleveland. I'm thinking about Cleveland now.
You're
one
okay.
in one in Philly. But it's such a dope class. Again, like a lot of classes, they may just do. You may just go up and do a couple of scenes and things like that, which is nothing wrong with.
Mhm.
But I like how my coach Toby, how he goes through different drills, through different exercises. It's more than just getting up and reciting lines. There's muscle memory in your face. There's things that you have to do to get into those characters. There's different exercises and techniques, and it's more than just me seeing you do a scene and say, well, I need more of this and I need more of that. He shows us how to get to there, how to get to more of this and more of that, and to work on those techniques. So, I mean, we're training to be leads. You know,
Mhm.
we're not training to be co-stars and guest stars. We training to be leads. And that's what we're surrounded with over there. So, I
Yeah.
love it.
Okay. Well, it shows, right? Because you brought all of that with you when you portrayed James. Can you tell us a little bit about James and how you got in the character for him?
So James, I found a little bit of myself in James.
Okay.
Being a dad. Well, how I saw James, he was very protective. I think he was also a little headstrong, a little proud, you know. But he loves his family, loves his wife, loves his daughter. He's involved in his community, and the things that happen in it without giving anything away.
Yeah. Okay.
It impacted him in a way that he wanted to make sure that it didn't happen to his family immediately or anybody around him that he cared about. He takes on his nephew, and I mean James was a good character. I kind of pictured a lot of the men in my life, my dad, my uncles, as well to kind of bring to that character as well.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. And then as the entire story of One Faith, then this whole first season, how do you think James fits into that? Like, what are your takeaways from the show? And then James as part of that environment.
So James, I think James is a huge part of it because he makes some decisions that affect everybody. You
Mhm.
know, and so from what I took away, he needs to work on his communication a little
Okay.
better. But I see I like the development of his character. I like how he is, with his family and his nephew and all the people around him. Um, yeah, I see him regretting some things.
Okay. As we all do, right?
Right. So,
Right. Okay. And then, I've been asking people because we have a certain audience that thinks that One Faith is solely a faith-based show. And so they might be turned off because of the name, because, of everything that they think that encompasses. What would you say to them?
that was the most interesting thing about this story,
Mhm.
because it was real life situation. And just because it's a faith based show doesn't mean that everybody that's walking around are Christians. Because when we walk around in our day to day lives, we don't always run into Christians and things like that. Everybody doesn't speak proper English. People
Mhm.
curse. People have things that are going on, and people are imperfect. So I love how the show really shows and portrays all of that, the realness of it, and having faith, not just, being in church or not just being a church person, but faith, in everything you do, and it shows that in all of those characters. And it was just beautifully written.
Thank you.
My faith has definitely been a part of this whole process for acting because I was never, acting wasn't something that I ever pursued. I've only been acting for like maybe 2.5 years now, and I can take no credit for this. I can take no credit for being able to be booked in major network television. This is all God. Wow. This is nobody but God, because I didn't even know I possessed this talent. Yeah. And it's still, I got to a point when I was doing background, and I can tell you to this day, the conversation I had with God, and I'm like, okay, he was just showing me so many different things, that led me towards this, and being able to be a part of those projects, I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I absolutely love what I do. I thank God every day. We talk all day long. We have conversations all day, and this has been an amazing experience, and I'm just looking forward to getting better and doing more projects like this, and just growing and becoming a major actor in this industry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see it coming for you. And, even to go back to when we heard you reading with Crystal, because Crystal was auditioning, right? And you were reading with her. And Devin and I were like, who is that reading with her? And so it was funny because we're like, because he is doing a pretty good James, And so I think Crystal had reached out before I can reach out to her. And she said, hey, my friend wants to read for this. Can I add, can I do this? And I'm like, absolutely. But we knew immediately when we received your audition as James, we're like, yeah, that's him.
That's so good. I thank you. Thank
you. Yeah, for sure.
Because when I was reading for Crystal, she was like, Anthony, you should really, think about, auditioning for one of these roles. And I'm like, well, I have to leave work, it's in Cleveland, and, I don't know. And she was like, Anthony, you're going to make that happen. I really think audition. And so I said, okay, let's do it. And I'm glad I did. That was a great decision.
Yeah, so are we.
Great job too.
Oh man. Like, yeah. Well, so, and I'll share with you, and she may have already shared. So many years ago when she was doing Toxic, and we would be in the car and just kind of driving and talking, and I was telling her about this show. And Crystal's like, yeah, well, I want to be part of it. And so I actually start writing one of the characters with Crystal in mind, So as the show continued to grow, then it was always like she was part of it. And so, yeah, I thank God for Crystal, because when I wanted to give up on the show, I would get these random text messages from her saying, hey, where you at with your program? Hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, so yeah. So yeah, I'll start crying if I talk too much about it. But so yeah, but Crystal, she did amazing.
Yeah, casting, producing, helping
I
out.
know. And acting, I don't know how she did it all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did a lot.
yeah, she did.
That's a testament to you, Devin, and just the environment that was created on the set, because I think everybody took like ownership, in this project. They felt like it was a piece of them. And I think everybody put everything into it.
Yeah. So okay. So we have this premiere coming up. And so for somebody on the fence, should they come, should they not come? What do you say to that?
You definitely want to come. Yeah. They definitely want to come. It's a different show. You can relate to so many things coming to this show. When it gets picked up, next season, the season after that, we may be even 10, 12 seasons into this, but you'll find someone in this storyline that you can identify with, either in yourself or with somebody that you know, because it's real life situations. It's not the, you know, the Bible told you, it's it's real life situation. Come out to the premiere, check it out. You are gonna love it. If you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, bring them, tell them. You are gonna love this show. It's an amazing series. I really see this going far.
Yeah, thank you. So the premiere is September 28th. It's at Silver Spot Cinema in Beechwood, Ohio. Red carpet starts at 6 o'clock. You want to be there. You want to be seen. You want to, just celebrate with us, take a picture with us. We would love to have you. So thank you so much, Anthony. It's good chatting with you today.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to season 2 and 3.
Yes, it's coming.
I got the eye of the tiger. There's no way that I can win. Just as long as I keep trying. No such thing as the limit. I'm out here shining, cause I stay grinding. I'm out here shining, cause I stay grinding.
Come on, somebody tell me I'ma lose. I'ma beat it till it can't be beat. I'm on the lose.